Hey, Vikings faithful. Skull Nation, are you ready to dive into some massive Minnesota Vikings news? We're just days away from the 2025 training camp, and the buzz around our GM Kwesi Adofo-Mensah is electric. Rumor has it his contract extensions are pure genius, bargains that could shape our team's future. But are these deals really as brilliant as they seem? Let's break it down, unpack the hype, and figure out what this means for our Vikings in 2025. Stick with me because this is going to get you fired up. Kwesi Adofo-Mensah has been making waves, and it's not just because of the team's 14-3 record last season. The guy's got a knack for signing contracts that look big at first but turn into steals over time. We're talking about deals for stars like Justin Jefferson, Byron Murphy Jr., and Andrew Van Ginkel. These aren't just random signings. They're strategic moves that could keep the Vikings competitive for years. So, what's the secret sauce behind Kwesi's brilliance? Let's dive into the first deal and see why it's got everyone talking. First up, let's talk about Byron Murphy Jr.'s contract. The Vikings locked him in for 3 years at $54 million, with an average annual value of $18 million. At the time, some fans raised eyebrows, big money for a cornerback, right? But here's the kicker. After the New York Jets handed Sauce Gardner a 4-year, $120.4 million deal, Murphy's contract suddenly looks like a bargain. Murphy was a Pro Bowl starter in 2024, and his performance was right up there with the best. So, Vikings fans, are you feeling like Kwesi just pulled off a heist? Let me know in the comments. Now, let's shift gears to Andrew Van Ginkel, our edge-rushing beast. Kwesi signed him to a 1-year, $23 million extension, which bumped his total deal to 3 years. When you break it down, his average annual value sits at 23rd among edge rushers, insane for a second-team All-Pro. Compare that to Myles Garrett's $40 million a year with the Browns, and it's clear Van Ginkel's deal is a steal. This guy's relentless on the field, and with Brian Flores' defensive schemes, he's only getting better. Can you imagine the chaos he'll bring in 2025? The crown jewel of Kwesi's offseason? Justin Jefferson's 4-year, $140 million contract. Yes, $35 million a year sounds huge, but hear me out. Garrett Wilson's recent $130 million deal with the Jets makes JJ's contract look like a masterstroke. Jefferson's 103 receptions, 1,533 yards, and 10 touchdowns in 2024 prove he's in a league of his own. Wilson's great, but he's not on Jefferson's level, not yet. Vikings fans, do you think JJ's deal is the bargain of the century? Drop your thoughts below. But it's not just about the big names. Kwesi's also making smart moves with lesser-known players like Will Fries. His $17.54 million AAV deal seems solid. But when the Chiefs gave Trey Smith $23.5 million a year, Fries' contract started looking like another Kwesi gem. Fries has some proving to do, but if he steps up in 2025, this could be another feather in our GM's cap. The question is, can he keep up with the big dogs on the offensive line? Let's hear your predictions. Drafting has been a sore spot for some Vikings fans. And yeah, Kwesi's had his misses. But recent drafts show he's turning things around. Players like Dallas Turner and Ty Felton are starting to shine, and the 2025 rookie class is generating serious buzz. Sharp Football Analysis says this year's draft picks could make a real impact. With Kwesi's knack for finding value in contracts, do you trust him to build a championship roster through the draft? Hit the comments with your take. Let's talk big picture. The Vikings roster is stacked heading into 2025, with about $23.5 million in cap space left, according to Over the Cap. That's room to make more moves. Kwesi's aggressive approach in free agency has turned heads, and his ability to project future market trends is paying off. Posts on X are buzzing with praise for how he's positioned the Vikings for success. But is this enough to take us past the Lions and Packers in the NFC North? What do you think, Skull Nation? The pressure's on for 2025, especially with J.J. McCarthy stepping in as QB1. Kwesi's contract moves have set the stage, but the NFC North is a gauntlet. Sources like Vikings Wire and Atos Sports point out that our offensive line, led by Christian Darrisaw's return, will be crucial. If Kwesi's bargains keep paying off, we could be looking at a deep playoff run. Imagine Van Ginkel and Murphy locking down the defense while Jefferson torches secondaries. Does that give you chills? Alright, Vikings fans, it's time to wrap this up. Kwesi Adofo-Mensah's contract extensions are looking like pure gold, and training camp is just around the corner. Are we on the verge of something special in 2025? I want to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment, tell me which deal excites you most, and let's get this Skol chant going. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with every Vikings fan you know. Skol Vikings!